Frankie V here with another edition of Frank's Picks.
Frank's Picks.
My first pick is called Implementing GraphQL with a REST API. By now you've probably heard of GraphQL. It's a new open source query language developed by Facebook a number of years ago and being used by a number of big name companies today like Coursera, GitHub, Shopify, Lyft, PayPal, Pinterest, Twitter, Yelp, just to name a few. I'm not going to go into the details of GraphQL here, but here are 3 key benefits of GraphQL. 1. Tell it what you want. You get to decide what comes back. The results are always predictable because you get what you ask for. 2. One endpoint. Instead of having multiple endpoints, you only have to have one endpoint. That's it. It makes life simpler for a front-end team. 3. A type system. Declare the types of data you can ask for. This helps avoid mistakes and allows for better error messages. Now, you might have been dying to figure out a way to use GraphQL in your React Native project like me, but if you're like most teams, you're already using a REST API backend. So you'd think you'd only be able to use GraphQL on small personal projects. Until now. A little while ago, the team over at Apollo came out with a library called Apollo Link REST to allow you to use REST API for your backend while using GraphQL in your React Native app. And this article will show you how to use Apollo Link REST, implement a GraphQL client that talks to REST endpoints, and create a proof of concept that might allow you a way to implement GraphQL in your future projects that already use REST backends. It's a really good article, and it actually got me thinking about using Apollo Link REST for my workshop at Chain React in Portland this year. My second pick, how to manage staging and production environments in a React Native app. If you've ever worked on a project with a staging and production server, you know that switching between different environments can be a challenge and most likely a headache. Things only get harder if you not only have to change the API host, but change the payment gateway key, the gateway host, set the notifications plist file, update the Crashlytics key, update the analytics key. If you do this by hand every time you create a build, you're definitely going to miss something. In this article, you'll learn how to use the React Native config library to expose your environment variables to React Native, and then learn how to configure different schemes in Xcode for iOS and how to use build types in your build Gradle file for Android. As a bonus, there's even a section on how to expedite the whole process using Fastlane. So definitely bookmark this article. It will save you valuable time in the future. That's it for this issue. The next issue comes out on March 3rd. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at infinite_Frank. As always, feel free to submit content using a submission form via the link down below. Until then, happy coding.